Hi, in this video, we're going to share with you how chiropractors just like you are absolutely crushing it online utilizing internet marketing and social media to find new patients, stay in touch with their existing patients, and building deeper relationships along the way. How are they doing that? Well, it's with utilizing Web 2.0. But before we talk about what Web 2.0 is, let's talk about what Web 1.0 is. Web 1.0 is back in the day whenever you got information out of the computer. It was like a one-way street. Now with Web 2.0, it's where we can actually go and put information into the computer. Actually, anybody can put information into the computer, making it a two-way street. So the dialogue goes back and forth, which is absolutely a great thing. And with that, what it allows people to do is leave their opinion on things. Have you ever gone to Amazon.com and before you bought something, you looked at what are the reviews about it? So, for instance, if it had 18 one-star reviews and it's only as many of that on all of the other star reviews, are you more or less likely to purchase it? Well, then you may actually want to look at what are the people saying about it and what were the most helpful reviews. And with people able to put that information online, it can increase your value, it can increase your positioning, and make it so that when people do find you, they feel like they know, like, and trust you. Look, with Google, there are over 200 million searches a day. So that means that people are in your area looking for information about your business. Local search, there are over 26 billion searches a month, and 27% of all of those searches are local searches. Just think about it. Local and mobile searches. You have the iPhone, you have navigation systems in cars, and you have Blackberries, smartphones, you name it. There are numbers of ways for people to find information about you other than sitting at their computer. And the other thing is 82% of local searches are followed by an action. A store visit, a call, an email, and best of all, a purchase of your services. One of the best ways of doing that, of people finding you, is with Google Places. If you've gone on Google lately and punched something in with a city, a map pops up, right? And it's got these little pin drop things that you see here in the middle of the screen. And that's actually locating businesses on the map. Google is putting you on the map. So what you need to do, whether you are a pizza delivery, a hair care professional, or a chiropractor, is you want to make sure that your information is found in Google Places so that when people put your information in with the city, you show up. So this is what it looks like on the page. When someone types in a business and they type in a city, the map comes up and it shows the pin drops. And it's called a 7 box. That's because they have 7 locations there. If you're number 8 or 9, guess what? You don't show up on the page. So it's very important to have your information be complete as possible so that you have a better chance to show up on the first page. And the way you do that is you have your listing exactly how you are, your address, your phone number, your website. Next, you want to have reviews. If you're doing a great job, your patients will want to go put reviews in about what a great job you've done. And finally, you want to have photos and videos on your Google Places page so it makes it more powerful, it makes it with more content, and makes it so Google gives it a higher ranking. So those are the things you need to do to make sure Google can find you. Now, Google Places is great. There are a bunch of other directories to be found in as well. Most people, when they think about going online, they think of Facebook and Twitter, which are very important, and we'll get to them in just a second. But there are a host of other places that your information can be found online. And it's important that your information is there so that no matter where people are looking, they find you. It's one of the easiest ways to connect to people in your community that has ever existed. And so it's time to start taking advantage of these powerful tools. Think about Ashton Kutcher and Ellen DeGeneres. What do they have in common? Well, they have more Twitter followers than the population of Ireland, Norway, or Panama. If they say jump up and move 3 feet to the right, they may even be able to make the earth move a little bit. I don't know. It's amazing the power that we can have with people following us on Twitter. Next is, you know what they say, what happens in Vegas stays on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. These days, there's nothing that you can't find online. Only 18% of traditional TV campaigns generate a positive return on investment. That's because people who can TiVo ads do TiVo ads. Think about the newspaper. 24 of 25 largest newspapers experienced record declines in circulation in the past year. Is that really the best place for you to be trying to tell people about your business? Or what about the yellow pages? When was the last time you let your fingers do the walking? I have a hunch that if you did, it was on a keyboard, not in the yellow pages. So marketing online isn't an option anymore. It's a requirement today for any successful chiropractic service. We've all heard of social media. There's a ton of sites out there. So what is the best way to go about doing this, and what should your first steps be? What if you could identify thousands of people in your area actively looking for information about chiropractic care? How would you go about doing that? Well, you'd want to position yourself as the expert. Let's say that you are selling drills. What's important about drills? Usually people say torque, the variable speed, the durability. That's really great and that's important, but whenever someone's buying a drill, you know what they really want? They don't really want a drill. What they really want is a hole. So what would be the best way to position yourself as an expert selling drills? How about if you were able to position yourself as the expert by teaching people how to drill holes? And if you're the person teaching them how to drill holes, wouldn't it make sense that you would be the person that they would look to buy a drill from if that's what you sold? Absolutely. So how do we go about doing that with chiropractic care? Let's take a look. See, the truth is marketing has shifted from a one-way broadcast to a multi-point conversation. You have to engage with people. It's really a four-step process. The first, there's connection. Then you provide them great content. Then you capture their information. And after that point, then you look at capitalizing and turning them into a client. One of the first ways to look at doing that is that Facebook and Twitter have over 700 million members combined. There's something like 85% of the population of the United States is on Facebook. And Twitter has millions and millions and millions of people on there actually searching for information. With Facebook, it's actually grown to the point that it's the #2 ranked website in the world. That's because so many people are on there and they spend time looking for stuff whenever they're on Facebook. So how do you utilize that for business? Well, you can have what's called a fan page. When you have a fan page, you could just have random stuff posted about you, or you can make it so when someone comes to the first time, they have to click the like button in order to get something really cool from you. And whenever they click the like button and like your page, you give them access to a video or something else, and then actually you can offer to capture their name and email and their phone number by giving them instant access to some other very cool information. So your Facebook fan page really becomes a place for people to come to get wonderful information about your services and how you can help them live a better, healthier life. You can also have ads on Facebook. This example shows wedding planners, and it shows how you can narrow down from women to women who are engaged to women who are 24 to 30 who are engaged. And by doing that is you're able to take your ad and put it in front of people who specifically meet the demographic of who you're looking to be in front of. You can also select the area. One of the things that we know whenever it comes to chiropractic care is that most chiropractic patients come within a 5 to 10 mile radius of the chiropractic office. So you can narrow down to the city that you're in on Facebook so that if you do put ads, it's only going in front of the people who live in that city. Now, you can also do what they call sponsored ads, and what that does is it makes it so that you can, if someone likes your page, you can make it so that your ad only shows up in front of people who are their friends. The thing about rapport is we like people who are like us, and if our friends like something, chances are we may like it too. It's a very powerful tool to put that information in front of them so that they can decide if they like it or not. And by an endorsement from your friends, it's more likely for people to click over, check out your information, and if you're offering something unique and a proposition that they haven't seen before, the chances are they'll like it too. Once they're there, you want to interact with them. You want to engage them. This is an example where people are posting things about a chiropractor, about that they were in so much pain they could barely walk into the office, and after the session they felt much better. And the interaction, so it makes it so that you're personable and gives them a place to come and share information that with people that have the same interest or people that have the same dilemmas or problems. It elevates you to the point of being the expert. It's a person that they know, like, and trust. It's a place they want to come and share information. Then there's Twitter. A lot of people are like, oh, Twitter, it's a big waste of time. It's just a bunch of people talking about what they had for dinner. What most people don't realize is Twitter has become one of the most powerful search engines out there. Just like Google or YouTube or Facebook, people are going on Twitter and they're not only posting things, they're actually looking for information. They may go and put into Twitter and type in chiropractor, and it'll pull up all the information about chiropractor that's been posted recently. So if you're there and your information is being posted, you can post links to videos, you can post links to articles, you can give tips, you can do all types of things that will position you so that you're giving value to the community, and people will want to follow you and find out more information about you. And there are also tools where you can identify specifically the people who are on Twitter who are in your area. So it's geographically targeted. You can customize your background, you can put your picture there, you can put places for them to find you other than just on Twitter. And you want to make sure you're always giving great information, and it's stuff that they can use whether they choose to do business with you or not. Share cool facts with them. Give them tips. Give them exercise tips. Give them healthcare things that they can utilize. Things that are going to attract them to you and make them feel more compelled to stay there, and also come back and check out from time to time whenever you post new information. It starts to build that affinity that you can't find anywhere else because you're positioning yourself as an expert. One of the things to keep in mind is not to get so close to it that you lose track of who it is that's actually your audience. See, one of the things you have to do is you have to look at the information from their point of view. I got news for you. They don't go online for you. They go online for themselves. So you have to make it so the information is clear, concise, and useful for them. Choose to do business with you or not. What do people go online for? One thing, to get answers. And when they go online to get answers, if you have your information positioned in the right ways, they're going to come to you for the answers in the future. What if somebody had a neck pain or back pain? What is information that you could provide to them other than, hey, I'm a chiropractor, I can fix your problems? What helpful information can you share? Well, how about the fact if you use traditional techniques, or maybe use instrument-based techniques, or maybe you use the most advanced equipment on the planet for doing different techniques? You want to make them feel comfortable. One of the things we know is people are a lot of times leery or scared to go to a chiropractor because they've heard things about cracking and popping and that it may hurt. Well, if you're able to share information with them about how it's overall holistic body wellness, then that will take that fear away and cause them to want to come and visit you versus your competitors because of your information, and building that fact that they know, like, and trust you from being able to see you online. Let's face it, a lot of people say, oh, you can just run ads. Well, the fact is less than 15% of people believe online advertising, but over 90% of people believe peer reviews. And the power of peer reviews is, even if it's a video of you giving information, the fact that it's not on your website builds the credibility and gives it that same feeling as being a peer review. And one thing we all know is if it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right? The main point of all of this is to attract people to your website. So how do you go about attracting them? Well, you can send them there from Facebook, you can send them there from Twitter, but one of the ways is to give content. The more content you give them on third-party sites, the more likely they are to want to come to your website. And one of the best ways to give content is with YouTube. It's an online video. What do people do more? Read books or watch TV? It only stands to reason that providing video for them and answering questions in that manner and using that media will give you greater results. One of the things that most people didn't know, but now it seems everyone does, is that YouTube is now the second largest search engine. And people are on there every day looking for answers. How do you help them find answers? Well, one of the ways you can do that is with frequently asked questions. There's got to be frequently asked questions where people that come into your practice sit down and ask you the same questions over and over and over again. Well, why not sit down and put on video the answers to those questions so that when you can actually direct people there, and you can actually put those videos on your website so that when people come there, they can see those frequently asked questions all in one place. The other thing is, as a healthcare professional, you know that the questions that they frequently ask may not be the right questions. There are also questions that we call the SAQs, and those are the should ask questions. What are the questions that a new patient should be asking you as a doctor? What are the things that they should know about their health, that they should know about what's got them in the predicament they're in with their back or their neck or the pain that they're feeling? What are those things that they should be asking about whole body nutrition and health that you may be able to answer? And then there's a last type of question, and we call those the KAQs, or the kick-ass questions. And those are questions that whenever you put them out there, that people just, they eat it up. It's those, what are those unique things that you know about that you can put out there that will be different from anyone else in the industry? What are those things? Well, here's an example. Here's a chiropractor that answered the question, what's that popping sound when I crack my neck or back? Because a lot of people have heard if you crack your knuckles that you're going to get arthritis if you do it too much. Maybe they have a fear that if they go to a chiropractor and they crack their neck or back, that's going to cause them to get arthritis in their neck and their back. I know, it's preposterous, but people believe wives' tales, right? Answering the question, what's that popping sound? Well, in short order, that video has over 20,000 views. And this chiropractor gets new patients on a monthly basis from this one video being out there. So that's the power of just answering questions, giving people information that they don't normally have access to. Also, whenever you do put videos out there and you put them on YouTube, you want to do what's called video optimization. And what that means is you want to make it so that you have a link to your website built into the description. You want to make it so that when someone sees the video, they can very easily click on one spot and go to your website. Because if they've seen the video and they want more information, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to get to your website. Because when they come after seeing a video, they're coming ready to take an action. And you want to make that action as easy as possible for them to take. With YouTube, when you put your videos there, you can actually create a channel, and you can make the channel look like whatever you want. Here's a chiropractor who has made the channel, it looks like a website. There's all the videos there, there's a background, it has a cool, crisp, clean look, and it's very inviting. You want to make it so that when people go to the channel, they want to stay there and see more and more of your videos. So not only are you able to put great information, but you can make it look very cool so that when the people do get there, they're ready to watch more of it. And here's a little secret. Most people don't realize this, but just like you have friends and fans on Facebook and you have followers on Twitter, well, on YouTube, you have subscribers and friends. Subscribers actually subscribe to your channel. They want to see whenever you release a new video. They want it to show up on their homepage. And you can have friends. Just like on Facebook, if you have friends, you can have friends on YouTube. And the power of this is whenever you put a new video up, that's hundreds of people that will see that video. And the subscribers you can send messages to whenever you post a video. You can post bulletins and they will see those bulletins. Not only that, they can then forward that and share it with other people, and it starts to grow exponentially. Once you have your videos, you can then do what we call systematic distribution. That's where you take your videos and you not only put them on video sharing sites. Well, I know YouTube is like the big gorilla, but there are actually like 20 other very highly ranked, high quality video sharing sites that you can put your videos on as well. And the cool thing about that is that although most people may not go to Dailymotion or Vimeo or and spend time there searching, Google does. And Google may take those videos and put them on the first page of Google. So it doesn't just have to be on YouTube. They can be anywhere and Google will rank them very highly. You can then put them on what they call social bookmarking sites. That's where you go in and actually create a bookmark, kind of like a browser tab on your browser where you bookmark something, except it gives you one location to bookmark it, and you can share those with other people. You can also then put them on social networks. You can post a video on Twitter. Well, you can't post a video, but you can post a link to the video so that someone will go there. It's like, before you get chiropractic care, you may want to see this with a link to the video. Or little known facts about back care that can prevent you from getting injured. See the new video, see it now, with a link. You can put your videos on blogs. You can create an entire blog made up of videos. The videos can be transformed into podcasts and actually placed on podcast directories. So from one video, you can have it placed in 50 different places online, creating 50 new places for people to find your information. The videos can get ranked on the first page of YouTube, as we said. Whenever you look at this page, after the map, where do your eyes go? Right, to the video. Everyone's does. Once you've seen the video, once they've seen the information, you want to send them to your website, but when they get there, you want to be able to offer them something for free. You want to offer them something in exchange for their name and their email. This is the capture part. You're capturing their name and email, because if you just have a website without this and a visitor comes there, they can leave and you never know they were there. Here they can still leave, but if your offer is good enough and they put their name and email in, then you will be able to contact them in the future. Since they've given you their name and email, you can send them other information. You want to be very wise with this and only send them good information. You don't want to send them a bunch of salesy stuff. send great information over time, and you'll continue to build that relationship. And you'll make it so that maybe even if they don't need to come see you, if someone else needs chiropractic care, your name stays top of mind so that they can refer you. You can also capture their phone number. And this is very, very powerful, because if you have their phone number, most of the time people will put their cell phone in. What happens if they put their cell phone in? What can you do? You can send them a text message. And a lot of people are like, well, why would I send them a text message? Well, if you send them an email, you can send them a text message that says, "Hi Jim, just sent a new email on how to keep your back healthy and some new information that I think you'll find useful. Check your inbox." Why is that powerful? Over 91% of Americans have mobile phones. That's a lot of mobile phones. And 152 billion text messages are sent each month. Those 91% of Americans are really utilizing those cell phones, and mostly they're using them for text messaging. 90% of text messages are read within 1 minute. Actually, I'd probably bet good money on the fact that you've probably looked at your cell phone, gotten a text message while you've been watching this presentation. So you want to try it out? You want to see if it works for yourself? Go ahead and text your name and email to the number on the screen and see what kind of surprise you get in your inbox and on your cell phone. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So what are the advantages of social media and online marketing? Well, first of all, it makes you credible. It increases referrals. It helps you build new relationships, and you can demand higher prices because you're perceived as the expert. It gives you outstanding visibility. You're going to be seen everywhere. It builds familiarity with you. It builds trust. People begin to know, like, and trust you. Offer your products or services, and it has you be perceived as the expert. Imagine what it would be like having all of these things online, being on Google Places, having videos, having all of this information, having ways to capture their name and email so that you can provide great information. What's that going to do? It's going to keep you top of mind so that whenever they have a referral or they need your services, they come to you, not your competitor. Imagine what that's going to be like. What does this do? You integrate all of the elements so they amplify each other. So you have the search engines working, you have video working, you have social media, and you have mobile marketing with text messaging so that you can get your information out in a number of different ways. And not only that, so you can stay in touch with them, so you can capitalize on the relationship that you're building. Remember, it's a two-way street, and you're giving great information so that they will come back to you. You want to be able to do this with zero extra work on your part. Okay, seems a little preposterous, right? Well, that's where we come in. We want to help you make sure that you take complete advantage with every aspect of this technology, and doing so where you can focus on what's most important and what are your core strengths, and that's providing excellent chiropractic care to your patients and handling the new patients that are going to be coming to you because of all these new systems that we're going to be using for you. So step one is your blueprint. You need to have a blueprint for exactly what's going to happen and how these things will be implemented. We can do a complete marketing assessment. We'll determine which elements are the right ones for your practice based on your situation, what you're currently doing, and also your location. Where to start? What are the sites that need to be utilized first? Because there are actually prerequisites in this that need to be done first before other steps are done. And if they're done in the wrong order, they can have detrimental impact to your overall marketing plan. Also, it's how to build incrementally. If you just put a bunch of stuff out there all at one time, Google kind of knows that, and they look at it and they don't really give you the credit that you deserve. But if it's done in the right order and it's done in the right space of time, it builds credibility and positions you higher than you could ever do without it being done in the right order. We're going to show you how to do it with zero extra work on your part. Look, you're a busy professional. You have enough going on without having to worry about another thing to go online and spend hours online doing this type of work. Your work is better suited treating patients. That's where your value is. And lastly, set up a plan to be able to measure the results so that you can see the new patients coming in and the new contacts that are happening because of being wise enough to implement and utilize this most powerful technology since the TV commercial. And it's available to everyone today. So let's get started right now, and let's get you on the right track to building your practice even bigger than it is today.